I just look at her and I didn't say anything. She was looking at me. Next thing, she just goes to the way I... Hi EJ fam, what's good, what's popping? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be telling you guys my experience as a second-time mom here in China. Important things that I feel has changed, different in this my second time pregnancy. I hope that this video is going to be helpful for some of you guys who are maybe having your babies here in China for the first or the second time. I feel like this video is important because a lot of things have changed. I do a lot of things differently now. I thought it wise to share with you guys as well. If this is something that you are interested in, definitely keep on watching. If you are new on the channel, hi, my name is Gloria and I live here in China with my family, my husband and my daughter. My husband works, I study, I'm doing my PhD, and we are also raising our family in China. So if you want to know what it's like, what our experiences have been, subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notification bells. Also give this video a thumbs up for me please, so that it does well. YouTube can promote it to other viewers who need this information as well. First of all, let me share that the reason I am much more encouraged to make videos like this in my second pregnancy is because the videos that I made when I was pregnant for my first have had like tremendous impact in the lives of so many women. I can't tell you how many people I have come in contact with, people inboxing me on Instagram even till tomorrow, okay? And these videos, I made them like what, 2 years ago. Hi, I saw your video about giving birth in China. I'm in this situation, please help me, like what do I need to do? I just try my best to put them through as best as I can. And at the end of the day, you know, maybe they have their babies and they're happy and they come back to me and like, oh, thank you so much. Of course, the majority of them don't even come back to me to say, oh, I've had my baby. And sometimes I'm just like, hey, this lady from this city that told me, oh, she's having a baby, I really don't know how it turned out for her, but I can't always find them because they're like a lot. Or let me also use this medium to say I appreciate it when you guys keep me in the loop, like give me feedbacks, like after you've asked me questions about having your babies here and I answer you, I give you all the information you need. Like after you've had the baby, just let me know, hi, I had my baby this time and you know we are fine and everything is going well. I think about you guys, I remember you guys, but I can't always come to ask each and every one of you, oh, how is it going, have you had your baby, and things like that. That said, I am much more encouraged to make even more videos about having a baby in China, raising a family in China, because I see that it comes in very helpful and handy for you guys. And I'm envious of you guys actually, because I remember during my time there was nothing for me to look up to, like there was nothing to give me the consolation or the hope or the encouragement that I needed, that okay, you're having a baby in China, it's not the end of the world, especially as a student. Things can actually work out fine. But I'm grateful and I am honored to be able to shine the light now to the rest of you guys who are expecting your babies here in China. So I'll start off by saying I feel like this is a general phenomenon, like with moms all around the world. With your first, it's like you don't know what you're doing, right? But with your second, you begin to feel like, oh, I have a hang of things, like I actually know a thing or two. I feel like that has been my case also, like having my child here in China. I feel like I have like so much more information. I'm not as scared or as skeptical or as anxious as I was when I was having my first. Now I am a part of so many mom groups, very helpful mom groups by the way, here in China, that have helped me tremendously. Like I've learned so much from the experiences of all other diaspora moms. I'm talking about like people from all over the world, okay, literally all over the world. And these groups have, you know, given me a lot of information. I feel like I am a lot more confident. I'm able to make decisions more firmly. I'm being sure that yeah, this is the right thing for me to do. I remember during my first, there were a lot of tests, for example, that I was made to take, which now I realize that they weren't as important as they made them sound, because generally in Chinese hospitals they will try to make you take so much tests because they're trying also to be careful not to miss out on anything so nothing goes wrong. Most times, okay, some of those tests are honestly not very necessary. Like for example, when they do during 22 to 24 weeks that they do the 4D screening test, yeah, there's this 4D screening test that they do that you pay about 700 or 600 RMB for. You just do it so they give you like a 4D picture of your baby, and according to them, the purpose of the test is to find out if your baby has any facial deformity. In the real sense of it, those tests are literally just for formality's sake, if you ask me. And I feel like a lot of Chinese parents do it because they want to get a glimpse of their baby's face, which honestly is not a big deal for me. Other people might have different opinions about this, and that's fine. But then I asked myself, okay, if you guys find out any deformity, let's say for example, is there anything you can do to fix it? They're like, no. So I'm like, so you just want to, okay, let's say for example, find out and tell me, and so I'll start bothering about it from now till when I have the baby, because it's not as if the test, they can actually do anything to fix any problem that they find out in this test. They are just doing it to maybe keep you informed, which personally I rather wouldn't. Like I said, it might not be my cup of tea, but it might be a big deal for some people. So for me, I just opted out of that test. I'm saying this because during my first, I did not know you could choose to opt out of certain tests. You know, everything they said, they would just say, oh, you need to do this test, pa, 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 pa. The doctor will write, say, take, go down and pay, and go to the ultrasound office, and I'll just take it and go down there, and then I'll see something like, oh, your bill is 1,200 and something. Like, huh? It's like you're not even expecting that amount of money. The doctor just writes a bunch of tests, necessary and unnecessary. During my first, I would just take the paper and I would go and pay, and I'll go and do those tests. But now, with the information that I have, every time the doctor is trying to write down a test, I'm like, please, this test, what does it do? What does it check for? And then she'll be like, okay, to check this, and I'll think about it. If it makes sense, I'll be like, okay. I'm like, this one, what does it check for? She will explain. I'm like, no, this one, I don't think is necessary. Okay, my baby is fine, so I don't want to do this test. Just cancel it out. And then she will now rule it out. And then when I now take the paper and I'll actually pay for the test that I want to do, and not all the bunch of tests that they've written there. You guys, when I tell you that this knowledge has saved me a lot of money, a whole lot of cash. And this is important for me because I am still a student here in China. I'm not working, so I don't have social insurance that covers giving birth. And this is also a question that I've gotten from a lot of people. You know, does the student insurance that we pay cover for giving birth? It does not, unfortunately. Yeah, it does not. You can only get social insurance if you're working in China, or maybe your spouse is working and they have you listed as their maybe they're dependent or something like that, and so the company where your spouse works can provide insurance for you that can cover giving birth here. So if you don't have insurance, trust me, you want to try your best to keep your costs minimal. Another part of, you know, having baby number 2 here in China without any help, to be honest, is that it's much more tasking. I'm not going to lie to you guys and tell you that it's all roses. Now I have a toddler. I have a 2.8-year-old toddler, and you guys know that dealing with toddlers is not a joke. Okay, now being pregnant on top of that, it's just like a lot more work, because I still have to take care of my toddler. I still have to you know, cater for my studies. I still have to do all the things that I have to do in addition to being pregnant. So I can definitely tell you guys for sure that it's going to be a lot more tasking if you decide to go for baby number 2. If you can afford help, you know, you can have like a nanny or something that can help you around the house. That would definitely make things easier. For me, I can't necessarily afford help right now, at least. Maybe after I have the baby, I might have to, you know, get some help, because then I need help like healing and recovering and things like that. But for now, to be honest, when I think about getting help, because my husband has asked me like time and time again, like, do you need help? Do you want us to employ somebody? But honestly, when I think about it, I'm just like, okay, let's say I employ an IE, for example. What exactly is she going to, like, I don't know how to map out a job description that I feel like will help me and will also be fair to the eye. Then we don't eat Chinese food like normally in this house. We normally eat our native food. If we eat Chinese food, it's just once in a while. Maybe we just want to hang out and eat Chinese food and things like that. So I'm really not interested in eyeing an eye that will come and be cooking Chinese food for me up and down. If the eye is not going to cook, what exactly is she going to be doing? Because my toddler, for example, she goes to school from 9 till 4 p.m. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's not like the IE has to take care of my toddler at home. So when I really think about it, I'm just like, okay, if I could get someone that can cook African meals, oh, that would be a game changer. Okay, I would not even hesitate for like to ask the person to come and work, because I feel like one of the major problems that I stress with is the cooking, like thinking of what to cook and actually going into the kitchen to cook. Because you guys know, 35 weeks pregnant and standing for like large amounts of time to cook, it's not funny at all. That's why I've been skeptical about the whole getting help situation. When it comes to like other things such as cleaning the house, I get help. Like I get a professional cleaner that comes and cleans it once and leaves, you know, and then I do like follow-up cleaning like in the interim, and then maybe once in a while, maybe once a month, I will look for someone to come and like clean the house properly and things like that. So I already have help in that aspect. But if I'm going to have like someone who comes in every day, I really don't know what she would do unless I can get like a foreigner. And even if I get the foreigner, what are the chances that they will know how to make Nigerian meals and do it well, you know? So honestly, this is like, it's the factor, like it's the thing that we've had to deal with, that I've had to deal with in this pregnancy. Like I'm stressed, but I don't know how to get help, and I don't know how to get the type of help that I want or that I need. Do you guys get? So yeah, it's just been a bit tricky that way, but so far so good. I'm managing it, okay? I haven't died. I'm still just winging it. It's definitely much more stressful, but yeah, it is what it is. The next thing that I've experienced with this second pregnancy is that I feel like now also I kind of know how to deal with Chinese people better with regards to their comments and how they act towards me. When I first made that video, the first video about being black and pregnant in China, I told you guys, you know, about some of the crazy occurrences or crazy experiences that I had with people, with Chinese people as regards my pregnancy. This time around, those things are still happening. In fact, I shot a video telling you guys like weird questions that Chinese people have asked me like while I was pregnant. That video might be up now, and I would advise you guys watch that video because I break down in detail some of the craziest questions that I got asked by Chinese people. I feel like this time I am able to handle it a bit better, even though it still shocks me, to be honest. For example, the touching of the belly. I remember during my first, like when they would touch my belly, you know, I would feel bad about it, but it's like at the spot or at the moment when it happened, I would not really be able to do anything about it. After I leave there, I will be feeling bad. I'm like, why did this woman touch my belly? Like, I'll be beating myself up for it. But now, you guys, when I tell you that my defenses are up here, my guard is so high up this time that I don't even allow them touch my belly at all, because I don't want to go and start feeling bad about it. I remember one time, let me tell you guys this particular scenario. One time that I went to the parcel shop to pick up my parcel. Okay, so I remember there was this other woman who came to pick up her parcel. You guys, total stranger. She came to pick up her parcel, and then she looks at me and she's like, oh, Huayinla, that means, oh, pregnant. And I just look at her and I didn't say anything because that day I was not even just in the mood, you guys. I just wanted to get my parcel and get out of there. So I wasn't looking at her anymore. I was waiting to collect my parcel, but I could see from the corner of my eye that she was looking at me so intensely. And somehow, I don't know, somehow something just like my intuition, I just had this intuition that she would try to touch my belly. I don't know why, but somehow I just felt like the way this woman is looking at me, she better not be trying to touch my that was literally what I said in my mind. And the next thing she just goes to, if you see, if I tell you how I reacted, like I don't even know how, but the way I just waved her hand, like I'm like, I did not even allow her hand come close. I was so happy, like for the way I responded so quickly in that scenario, because other times it's like I'm not quick enough to stop them from touching my belly. So it's like they get to touch my belly and then I just move away or something. Do you get? But today, the way I was already suspecting her, my instinct had already told me that she would try to touch my belly. And then she was just like like awkward laugh. So that was how I was able to prevent that particular touching of belly situation. And sometimes you cannot prevent it, because for me, my belly is like out there, like my stomach is quite big, unless I'm very aware of the situation and I suspect that you will try to do something. But for some of them, you're just literally living your life and they're just like, they just a do it, and then they'll touch your stomach. Chinese people need to do better, okay? Where I come from, you dare not go near a pregnant woman, talk less of trying to touch her belly. You from where? It's a taboo, okay? It's a taboo to touch a pregnant woman's stomach. And apart from it being a taboo where I'm from, I just feel like it's not polite. Like, what are you touching my belly for? You guys are not going to believe the craziest one that happened to me one time. This one is like with people that I kind of know, like we're kind of in the same space usually. But it was still so shocking to me, because why did this lady think it's okay to touch my belly and tell me, Baba don't ma, Baba don't ma? And that translates to mean, oh, is the baby kicking or is the baby moving? And I'm like, first of all, why wouldn't the baby kick? Is the baby not alive? And second of all, why are you touching my baby and asking me, is the baby kicking? It's like she's trying to touch my baby and feel the kick of the baby. As what? As my husband? Or as my baby's elder sister? Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. I mean, what are even the odds that the moment you touch my belly, the baby will kick? Honestly, some of these things that I have faced, you guys, I'm just exasperated, because every day new one, every day new experience. But now like in my second pregnancy, I feel like I react better to it. If I don't want them to do it, I know how to act. And you know, even this time around too, it's like most of the times when they try to ask me stupid questions, just ignore them, okay? I just totally ignore them. For my first, it used to be a bit tricky for me to ignore them, because I mean, I can't speak Chinese and I can understand Chinese. When you can understand the language, it's a bit tricky. If you don't train yourself, you don't know how to act like you don't understand what someone is saying when they are talking to you. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. Now that I'm pregnant for my second, I have trained myself to know when to answer them and when to ignore them. So sometimes they're asking me questions and I just ignore them. I just act like I don't understand what they're saying. There was even a day, two women were around me, and someone was asking me a question. The other one, they live around my community, so the other one knows me and she knows that I understand Chinese. But when her friend was asking me questions and I ignored them, her friend was not like, oh, maybe she doesn't understand Chinese. She was like, no, she understands Chinese. You guys, that day there was a cut. Her friend was like, no, she understands Chinese. She speaks Chinese very well. So they obviously knew that I was ignoring them on purpose. But I think that was the only time that it's like people I was ignoring knew I was ignoring them on purpose. But other times I just act like I don't understand and then they go away. Thankfully also, like in this my second pregnancy, it has been very smooth. All the tests that I've done, like from the beginning of my pregnancy up till now, I haven't had any complaints whatsoever. Like everything is fine, my baby is fine, myself I'm fine. I go to a hospital that is some kilometers away from me, and that's also where I plan to have the baby. So now again, like I said, because I'm more informed, I'm asking so many questions. Like now I'm asking them, okay, what is your hospital giving birth arrangement like? Because when I had my baby, I don't know if I share, oh yeah, it's probably in my birth story video. But when I had my first baby, like when I was going through my contractions, like labor pain, which lasted for about 12 hours or so, I was all alone. Like I didn't have my spouse with me, I didn't have my husband with me, although he was in the hospital, but he was in another room because I was in a place with like other pregnant Chinese women. So he couldn't come in there because obviously so other people's wives are in labor too, and they're not really wearing anything because you have to, they have to come and check you like within intervals, because in that room you stay there for like some time and they're just checking you till like your baby is ready to be born, and then they take you to the delivery room, and now that's where they now brought in my husband to watch me like give birth to the baby. But all the time when I was in intense pain, I was alone. Okay, I had no one with me, and that was traumatic to say the least. So this time around I'm trying to be more prepared. I'm asking them all the questions. I'm like, is there going to be a time when my husband can't come in with me? If that's the case, let me know if I have to make arrangement for like a female partner or a female person that will accompany me during that time and things like that. So I'm asking these questions at my new hospital now, and I'm getting all the answers that I need. In fact, the doctor told me that there's an exposition, there's a kind of event that they're having soon, that they will show you like the giving birth area and what the process of giving birth is like. And I'm like, sign me up. Okay, so it was good that I asked, and then I was told of this event, so I plan to attend the event. I think I'm gonna vlog on that day. I'll try to vlog like the giving birth process in this particular hospital that I'm going to now, because I'm sure that video will be helpful for you guys as well. So like I said, I'm asking so many questions. I'm not leaving anything to chance. Like anything I think about, I ask them. Anything I think about, I ask them. In my former hospital, they didn't even give me a list for things to bring to the hospital, but this time around I asked them, what do I need to bring to the hospital, and then they gave me a list. And I obviously know most of the things I need to pack in my hospital bag to have the baby, but I still wanted to know like what their hospital standard is, like what they provide, and what I need to provide. So I got that. So yeah, these are some of the things that are different in my pregnancy, my second pregnancy now. I hope you guys have learned a thing or two. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found value from it, and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos about having a baby in China, raising a family in China, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. For now, bye guys. Mwah.